Olá pessoal, vamos aqui com a versão 4 do Honkai Star Rail. Vamos começar com a história da versão. Parece que a gente vai começar bem na sequência que aconteceu na 4.1. A última cena da 4.1 foi aquela que a Lua Fantasma falou com tudo. E eu até já vi aqui a primeira coisa que falou que o escudo que a Lua Fantasma comentou. Então provavelmente ela começa logo na sequência. Mas antes de começar, vamos ver a recapitulação da história, só pra gente lembrar o que aconteceu.
After defeating Sparksy at the Graphia Academy, I followed Himiko to the Imagenesis room, tucked away on the campus, where records of the Herald of Death incident were stored. There, we ran into Himiko's father, Ryusuke, and the two parted on bad terms after the conversation.
Foi muito amigável essa conversa, não.
During a tour of the Express, the two put aside their differences temporarily. Afterward, we received an invitation from Pearl. She wanted to discuss a partnership with me as a fellow supplicant, and invited me to visit her company, Perlux Corp. At Perlux Tower, we had a friendly spar with the superheroes, the Daybreak Squadron, and a tour of the Mechatron production process. Pearl suggested that we join forces and host an Astral Express-themed convention, Star Rail Fest, to lure out the remaining supplicants.
Não vamos esquecer da Nihilux, né?
Meanwhile, Pearl also ordered Detective Ashvale to look for leads on the new Herald of Death case. The detective's relentless pursuit eventually led him to his prime suspect, the charity organization known as the Research Society of Happy Smiles. Both Ashvale and Kuchiba witnessed the uncanny ability of Full Wish, president of the Smile Society, to stir up a crowd. Realizing Full Wish was attempting to interfere with the Phantasmoon games, the two paid a visit to Ashvale's old acquaintance, Cinderborn of the Daybreak Squadron. During the conversation with Cinderborn, Ashvale sensed a deep, dark secret behind the happiness surgery that the society offered to its members to erase their pain. On the day of the Star Rail Fest, we were invited to the exhibition as special guests. During our visit, we ran into the mysterious Evanesia again. She also happened to be a hardcore fan of the comic series The Fluffy. So, we ended up exploring the festival dedicated to the Express together. However, as we passed through the Xianzhou La Fu exhibition area, the Daybreak Warriors challenged us as supplicants. Their provocation was accompanied by a smear campaign against me from Full Wish TV. The Daybreak Warriors launched a massive attack with the reanimated Mega Mechatron, Alloy King Pom Pom. When all seemed lost, Ashvale unleashed his power and broke through the enemy's offensive. However, he also tore open a fissure in space during the process, which took everyone down into an unknown abandoned station. The being hiding deep within the abandoned station stirred restlessly, twisting and ripping at space. Thankfully, Pearl was able to rescue us with her timely intervention. Little did we know, things were about to get worse with Ashvale's terrible revelation. The happiness surgery was actually implanting the flesh of abominations of abundance into Smile Society members.
Beleza, então eu vou colocar pra esperar porque eu já tô aqui bem do lado mesmo. Mas eu acho que, pelo que a gente viu pelos trailers, até pelo como essa história tá caindo de novo, né? Mas ajeita. Vai ser assim. O que deu pra ver muito pelos trailers e pelo que eu acho da história é que provavelmente essa versão vai contar muito mais com essa história da abundância. A gente vai focar bastante nessa história de, tipo, a cidade dos sorrisos e provavelmente a gente vai revelar o real vilão da história e provavelmente, como a Venécia é um personagem que vai estar em destaque, né, no banner, provavelmente ela vai ter uma importância grande nessa missão. Provavelmente a Civil Wolf também, né, normalmente é assim que funciona. Mas é isso. Vamos lá. Saga a história. Deixa eu pegar aqui. Não cai, por favor. Obrigado. E Marte.
Wait, did you hear that? The moon just spoke!
É literalmente de onde a gente parou.
I'm not hearing things, am I? The Master of Elation is here?
Hurry, make a wish. It might actually come true.
Hang on. This isn't right. Is it? That winking moon up there in the sky. It just spoke. For real.
Falou.
Hey, it wasn't just me, was it? You heard that too, right?
Ai, eu fui no automático. Todo mundo na rua ouviu.
I heard it too. That's why I came straight back for you. The winner of these Phantasmoon games shall inherit all my authority and become the true, permanent Eon of Elation.
Basicamente, a Ha quer se aposentar. Então,
Which means...
a Ha mudou o prêmio. O Eon da Euforia acabou de aumentar as apostas.
Precisely. Aha has raised the stakes. The final winner will inherit the authority of Elation itself.
Are you serious? This is so wild. It doesn't even feel real anymore.
Every time a path has vanished or been absorbed, the cosmic turmoil has lasted for dozens of Amber Eras.
Mas nesse caso, o caminho não vai desaparecer, certo? Ele só vai mudar de titular.
The transfer of an Eon's divine authority. How could that ever amount to a mere wager, lightly traded in a single world's game?
Por que a Ha faria algo assim? Legal, lore.
The most logical explanation is that Aha wants to steer this game toward utter insanity. But then, who can possibly fathom the mind of an Eon?
Isso já aconteceu alguma vez? As apostas serem nesse nível? A gente não.
Not every Phantasmoon game's ending has been recorded. Many were lost to time, most likely a consequence of the winners exercising their newfound divine authority. But as far as recorded history goes, this is unprecedented. After all, the chance to be an Eon for just 1 minute is already an irresistible lure for many.
Em teoria, essa não Eon por 1 minuto seria muito... seria com várias lições, porque você ainda estaria sob o Eon, né? Você só estaria com o poder dele e poderia fazer alguma coisa por 1 minuto. Mas agora, tipo... Cara, você literalmente se tornaria um Eon. Tipo, a aposta é muito mais alta. Tem alguma coisa muito estranha nisso. Eu concordo. Eu acho que tem mão do assalto pra Mad.
Exactly. It's just too weird. Can you really just give up being an Eon? What if this is just a big prank by those masked fools?
In the historical records, instances of the Phantasmoon speaking are few and far between, and the likelihood of it being influenced by an external force is exceedingly slim.
Qual o objetivo de tudo isso?
Basically, Unless what the Phantom Moon said is some cruel joke or a play on words, once the games are over, a new god will be born. One of unknown identity, unknown morality, and unknown purpose. They won't be a guest with a 1-minute pass to the Elation theme park. They will be its new owner. They may spread good fortune and steer the great wheel of the cosmos toward hope. Or they may be a god of utter malice, mocking all who stand against the destruction, intent on dragging the universe into an abyss of despair.
Sabe que seria muito cômico? E agora, que a raça tornasse jogável, vai deixar de ser um Ion e tipo, virar um personagem jogável. Ia ser muito... Nossa, ia ser muito cômico. Talvez tenha um lado bom nisso. Tem tempestade aí vai ser das grandes. Deve ter ouvido o meu desejo.
Hey, don't you worry. I'm here. I'll protect you.
No way! It's Baseball, Raccoon, March Bunny, and Hime Cat in the flesh! Oh, what are they doing here?
I couldn't even get a ticket to Star Rail Fest, and now I'm seeing them right here on the street!
Whoa. Where did all these people come from?
Hey, that declaration the Phantom Moon mentioned was about you, right? What are you gonna do? Got any kind of moon landing plans in the works?
You should just hit it with your bat! Send that thing spinning into a black hole at the edge of the cosmos!
É um taco de beisebol, gente, não um taco de golfe. Por que eu faria isso?
You smash anyone who stands in your way with that bat!
The way they say it makes you sound like a supervillain. Uh-oh. You don't think that fight with the Daybreak Squadron made everyone turn on us, do you?
Come on, isn't that basically your trademark? You beat the Daybreak Warriors senseless.
Não foi bem isso que aconteceu.
All these big shots from across the cosmos, fighting to the death right in our backyard. It's gonna be epic.
Cara, não vai ser. Não vai ser.
Epic. Are you brain dead? One wrong move from them and we're in serious trouble. Just like what happened with the Herald of Death years ago.
Sign this for me, future Eon!
Shuhu! When you become an Eon, can I be your Emanator?
Eu não acho que é assim que funciona, tá?
We should get away from this mess. Let's head back to the Express and discuss matters there.
Momentos depois, enquanto vocês se espremem pela multidão.
You're back. Himiko messaged me. She filled me in on the Star Rail Fest and the Phantom Moon's declaration. Things really are changing fast.
Nós aliados podem começar a repensar as coisas agora. Agora vencer os jogos é mais importante do que nunca. Eu acho que nosso objetivo é ainda a mesma coisa.
To prevent the divine authority from falling into the wrong hands, the supplicants may go to any lengths now with their tactics and actions. After all, in most people's minds, they alone are the ones best suited to wield power. Right or wrong has little to do with it. Such is the nature of human will.
Yeah, and that may be exactly what the Phantom Moon wishes to see. A spectacular, head-on battle of ambitions.
Madame Pearl has sent a communication request to the Astral Express. Accept transmission?
Sim.
It hasn't been long since we parted, and here I am disturbing you once more. My sincerest apologies.
Please, there's no need to apologize. Given the urgency of this transmission, Madame Pearl, I assume you wish to discuss the Phantom Moon's recent declaration.
Nothing manipulates people's emotions quite like that moon in the sky. A permanent handover of divine authority. It is unprecedented.
I can't help but wonder whether some malicious presence lurks behind the Phantom Moon. Still, Who else but the Elation themselves could wield such control over it?
Ah, tá dando muito... Nossa, tá jogando a ideia no ar só, né?
In any case, the Phantom Moon's speech has made the public realize that the power to create a god is in their hands. Their emotions, and perhaps even their wish power, are swelling to historic levels. The Department of Aberration Defense even detected a surge of agitation and unrest among the Imaginae. When normal people believe power rests in their hands, their decisions tend to grow more radical and reckless. Please, be careful, and make sure to protect yourselves.
Nos proteger?
Correct. It would be wise to keep a low profile and stay out of the public eye. The Media and Public Relations Department has been monitoring public sentiment. At present, speculation and criticism regarding the Astral Express are surging.
I've seen it online myself. Following the fight with the Daybreak Warriors, there's been no shortage of hostile commentary aimed at her. A commentary program on TV has been claiming the Express's adventures are nothing but stories fabricated by the IPC.
Jogando contra a mídia, né? A mídia tá inteira a favor da Foolish.
Many believe the Astral Express is oppressing the local heroes, and some are even speculating that she is the new Herald of Death.
What the? What's wrong with these people?
Tudo.
These narratives are undoubtedly being amplified by media platforms steered by Full Wish. I've received a report from the Security Bureau. They tell me that many fans of the Daybreak Squadron have been stirred up and are threatening retaliation against the Express.
Gente, pra que tudo isso?
We'll
Calma.
reinforce security in case agitators attempt to storm the station.
Por que você consegue controlar a opinião pública, não consegue?
I can, but you overestimate what control really means. In the arena of public opinion, those who look strong are often the ones at a disadvantage. And besides, you'll be distancing yourself from us for a while. Isn't that right? That is accurate. We intend to scale back our public association for the time being. If it's confirmed that the Express is colluding with the IPC,
Não, faz sentido.
its public image would only deteriorate further.
Faz sentido. Por que a gente não revela o que aconteceu, realmente aconteceu naquela luta?
Regrettably, I cannot agree to this. Clarifying the facts amid a frenzy of public sentiment is like trying to quell boiling water by stirring it. It only fuels the flames. The happiness surgery causes recipients to undergo an abundance transformation. Disclosing such sensational information would probably be taken as a hoax. I will instruct the Department of Aberration Defense to verify the true mechanism behind the happiness surgery as soon as possible and assess its potential impact. I strongly advise you to exercise restraint in front of the media. Even the smallest statement can be selectively edited and misrepresented.
Isso tudo é culpa daquela bandeja.
That much is certain. Still, given the current volatility of public sentiment, please exercise caution and self-control. I sincerely hope that the Phantom Moon's declaration will not disrupt the goodwill between us. A greater danger still stands before us. After listening to the declaration, who knows what extremes Full Wish might be driven to. Affairs demand my attention, so I must excuse myself. Should there be further developments, I will keep you apprised.
Ok.
What do you make of the current situation?
Fudeu.
We need to take action and put a stop to Full Wish before things get even worse. Even if I'd never joined the Phantom Moon Games, I'd still make this decision.
Por todo mundo que ela enganou, pelo Scott, pelo rebento da cinza.
We cannot allow her to deceive and poison innocent people in the name of happiness.
Agreed. Given the likelihood of Full Wish acting unpredictably, we should confront her with everything we have. That reminds me. I've been wondering. The happiness surgery taps into the power of abundance, yet Full Wish seems perfectly normal. Just how did she get her hands on something so dangerous?
Perhaps it's the lingering poison left behind by the previous Herald of Death.
Será? Arauto da Morte, veneno residual?
15 years ago, the monster who turned living flesh into his artwork would, in the heat of combat, slip into bouts of frenzied elation and delirium. The murderous mark he left behind, the bloody bloom, was no mere delusion. According to his interrogation transcripts, he claimed to witness a brilliant golden tree, promising him everlasting life.
Árvore ambrosiana.
I cannot say whether the vision this madman claimed to see corresponds to something real, but the possibility cannot be ruled out. He claimed that in his hallucinations, the golden tree's branches coiled around him, drowning him in frenzy and pleasure. He wanted its blossoms to bloom before all, and to bring about that miracle, he was willing to slaughter without restraint. In hindsight, it's clear that the Herald of Death was a supplicant who bore the power of abundance. The tragedy he orchestrated in plain Arcadia ultimately forged another version of himself. Full Wish. Right now, in plain Arcadia, how many have undergone the happiness surgery and turned into potential abominations of abundance? It's a terrifying thought.
Hey.
Full Wish. What has happened to you over the years? Hiding behind these innocent people. What are you really trying to accomplish?
Com certeza a Himeko e a Fui tem alguma coisa, tipo, antes disso. Claramente elas se
I
conhecem.
need more information about this junior of mine. I plan to head to Graphia Academy. Care to join me?
Era a caloura dela, né? Então óbvio que tinha, mas tipo, realmente, tipo...
If we're to investigate Full Wish, we need to examine the traces left behind from the Herald of Death incident that took place during the last Phantom Moon Games. The recollections of teachers and the student records sealed away by the school. We're bound to find a vital clue there.
Vamos descobrir tudo sobre a Fui. Pra me preparar, te encontro na academia. Eu vou... só preciso fazer uma pausa aqui.
Full Wish isn't an opponent to be taken lightly. We'll need to be thoroughly prepared. See you at the academy.
Beleza. Vou fazer uma pausa aqui, só arrumar aqui o negócio. Bom, vamos lá. Retornamos aqui e vamos para a Academia Graphia. É fácil. Não tem aquele loading ali na porta. Só quando quiser. Eu preciso apagar esse jogo da HD e colocar nas demais. Okay.
Well, after that so-called dream campus experience, we've ended up back at Graphia Academy. It's almost like revisiting the place after graduation.
Acorda, Mars. Bom, agora você pode falar que você é formado aqui.
Wait a minute. This nostalgia isn't an after effect of the Sparksy virus, right?
Don't worry, Marge. The Department of Aberration Defense conducted...
Dá uma baixadinha na música. Eu gosto da música, mas tá um pouquinho alta demais.
Disinfection of the campus.
That's a relief. The last thing I need is to be mid-investigation and suddenly morph into some hopping, dancing mushroom rabbit. Speaking of which, where should we begin our investigation into Full Wish?
Talvez deveria começar os professores que conhecem tudo sobre o que rolou. Eu fui checar os arquivos. Tu pode falar com o reitor primeiro?
Should we go and find Mr. Ryusuke first?
Eu acho que sim.
It's only appropriate that we obtain permission from the dean before proceeding with the investigation.
Sentido.
15 years have passed, but there should be a backup of the student files, work logs, or visitor records. And only he knows where they're stored. Let's go then, to the dean's office.
Say yes?
Cumprimente o pai da Hime. Deus. Meu Deus, o lag. Oh, tem coisa aqui. Calma, vou pegar isso aqui. Não deu.
Himeko! There you are at last. The news said you got into a huge fight with those, what are they called? Warriors at the Floating Isle exhibition. And then you disappeared. Now, let me see. You're not hurt anywhere, are you? I sent you a dozen messages, and you didn't reply to a single one. Do you have any idea how worried I was? But seeing that you've come to tell me you're safe in person, I'll let this slide. If you're really so preoccupied, a message or a call would do, you know. It's you two. I saw you on the news as well. Valiantly fought, huh? These Megatron warriors don't know who they're messing with. To think they dare challenge my daughter's subordinates.
Well, now it feels like we're the underlings of Warlord Himeko or something.
Viramos os Minions.
In any case, I'll leave Himeko in your hands. Please try to keep her out of combat.
Relaxa, sou uma ótima guarda-costas. Claro, vovô, entendi, vovô.
Stop! Every time you get together, the conversation somehow drifts completely off course. I'm fine. I'm good. Your daughter's no porcelain doll. We came here to...
I know. I understand. You didn't come as my daughter. Rather, I am currently speaking to the navigator of the Astral Express. But tell me, has there been progress on the new Herald of Death case? I wasn't expecting the questioning to come in rounds.
In rounds?
The Department of Aberration Defense also sent someone here before you. They inquired about Full Wish.
Asheville?
But regrettably, I truly don't know how to answer. On one hand, I wasn't here 15 years ago. On the other, she is still considered one of our school's distinguished alumni. I'm aware that you're involved in the investigation too. So, I compiled the pertinent documents ahead of time. I hope they'll be of use to you.
Ótimo.
Thank you, Mr. Ryusuke.
Go ahead. The files are inside the archive room. Take whatever materials you need.
Assim, sobre a Mandesejo.
To be honest, it wasn't until the Herald of Death incident 15 years ago that I first learned her name. As the Dean, I should have met up with her more often and tried harder to soothe the wounds it left on her. But I just couldn't.
Por quê?
Do you really need all the details? The whole serving as a model example thing. I don't want to tarnish it completely. I knew it was a selfish thought, but I just couldn't help it. Back then, whenever I heard her name, I thought to myself,
Suzy, ela
if
suspeita.
someone was able to survive the incident, then why couldn't it have been my daughter?
Sobreviveu. 15 anos atrás você...
15 years ago, I received a commission to paint a massive portrait for an elixir seeker chief on the planet of Goliath's Shepherd. They said he had an elixir that could cure countless diseases. By the time I came back, everything had changed. There had been a terrible accident on campus, and my daughter... Even though I knew my presence here wouldn't have changed anything. Because of that incident, I made a promise to never leave this world again during the Phantom Moon Games. That's why I immediately flew here when I heard about the full Phantom Moon. But, once again, I was too late. And the supplicant called Sparksy had turned the campus upside down.
It's alright. You can leave the crisis solving to the Nameless.
You're right about that. Yet oddly, once Sparksy stirred up all that chaos, applications to the school soared to an all-time high. Times we live in are increasingly beyond my comprehension.
Acho que é negócio toda propaganda... Pô, ruim ainda é uma propaganda, né? A gente não vai tomar mais o seu tempo.
You're always welcome. Other than the archive room, you could also try talking to Miss Dolly. She's the longest-serving faculty member here and likely knows the most.
Then we'll try the archive room. Let's go, you two.
Vamos lá.
Thank you, Dad.
We should be able to find the archive room and Miss Dolly around the Imagenesis classroom, right?
Opcional. Ah, tá aqui, ó. Calma, vou falar com os outros.
Oh my goodness, I thought I recognized you in the distance.
Eu queria conversar com os outros.
It really is you.
Miss Dolly, please forgive me for not coming to see you sooner. I've been back for a while now, but this is the first chance I've had to come see you.
Don't worry about it. I'm simply happy that you cared enough to visit. I must apologize about the mask you entrusted me. In the end...
Please, I can't thank you enough for safeguarding the mask all those years.
Look at you. You haven't changed a bit. You and your friends look like you're in a hurry. Is there something you need to attend to?
A gente veio perguntar sobre a Bandesejo. Dizem que a Bandesejo é uma ex-aluna fora da curva.
Foolish. The poor child who survived the Herald of Death. The school organized a fundraiser for her back then. I still remember how she bowed again and again with tears in her eyes at everyone who helped. Poor girl. Though she was lucky to have survived, her parents didn't make it. There were rumors flying around the school saying she had something to do with the Herald of Death. Otherwise, why would she be so lucky? She's the only one who survived. What a bunch of scoundrels.
Isso parece um pouco de foreshadowing.
She had good grades and a good heart. And becoming famous, she often came back to visit the school and sponsored a number of scholarship projects.
Speaking of which, do you know anything about what happened to her after she graduated from school?
I heard she went somewhere beyond the sky to further her studies after graduation. She had the chance to work for the Interastral Peace Corporation, but chose to return home and take over Seafeld TV instead, which was on the verge of bankruptcy.
A gente pode só comentar sobre como a tradução em português do Brasil traduziu para TV Felipe de Noronha. Cara, a localização de... A localização desse planeta tá muito boa.
Somewhere beyond the sky. Miss Dolly, do you know where she went exactly?
Se eu fosse chutar, eu estaria na IPC.
I never heard. However, she pushed out many projects after taking over the TV station and managed to expand their business to the whole of Plain Arcadia in just a few years. That is all I know.
Thank you, Ms. Dolly, for your intel.
Eu decidi experimentar, tipo, usar o controle aqui pra... Pelo menos nessa parte de diálogo, não. Pra lutar eu vou usar o teclado ainda, mas...
They say he came back to life and was responsible for what happened in Dovebrook. He's not coming here to kill again. Is he? Maybe we should ask for leave and stay home until this blows over?
What are you, scared? If he really comes, I'm live streaming the whole thing and getting all the clout for it. Who needs leave after that? I'll just quit school altogether.
Mano. Essa juventude. Você sabe sobre o Arauto da
I heard
Morte?
he murdered hundreds of students here 15 years ago.
Hundreds? Really? I only heard that the crime scene still exists somewhere on campus. I don't feel too good about this. We should get out of here.
If we help the Express gang, there's a chance we might get featured in The Fluffy.
Mano.
You're seriously obsessed with becoming famous. The fitness club.
Sala de arquivos, né?
The atmosphere in this archive room is giving me the creeps. It's so gloomy. Almost like we've stumbled into Fixtroll Garden.
Marge, você para. Da última vez você falou isso, você falou que não tinha nenhuma árvore ambrosa nesse planeta.
It was like this 15 years ago as well. The archives tracked all academic results. Near the final exams, students dissatisfied with their abilities often poured their frustration into painting unsettling things. There's a lot of data stored here. Aside from what my father organized for us, let's explore the other areas as well. If possible, keep an eye out for clues regarding Full Wish's life after graduation. She returned to her alma mater frequently, so there must be records of her visits. Dabbling in technology related to the Abundance. Where exactly did she acquire it? Perhaps her past holds a clue.
Mano, por quê? Acessar os arquivos das próprias unidades privadas para causar... Tá.
Is this?
Será que a Sparks realmente fez o mesmo truque de novo e deixou um presente na escola? Confiscado da reunião noturna não autorizada foi no clube da Sparks. Data do confisco. Item confiscado pelo uso da Sparkle. Motivo do confisco. 6 alunos do segundo ano e 5 do primeiro ano formaram um clube não autorizado denominado Fã Clube da Sparks. Realizaram uma reunião não autorizada no ginásio durante a noite. Os membros usavam trajes extravagantes, agitavam bastões luminosos e gritavam: destruiu um modelo antigo e Sparksinha para sempre. Enquanto cercava a boneca. O ruído contínuo resultou em uma convulsão súbita de um professor da patrulha noturna, exigindo atendimento médio de emergência. Método de descarte armazenado na sala de arquivos a ser devolvido no momento da graduação.
Did they really have to put this here?
Fofo.
I've looked through the catalog, and there are serious gaps in the data. After the incident, the Department of Aberration Defense must have confiscated a significant number of the school's archives and logs.
O computador provavelmente é mais velho do que você, vivendo seus anos dourados nessa mesa. Pesquisar Bandesejo. Renomada empreendedora Bandesejo visitou recentemente. Bandesejo calorosamente aperta as mãos de alunos e o que eles tiraram do discurso da Bandesejo? Veja o que esses 3 estudantes têm a dizer.
There are so many press releases here.
Continuando mais um pouco na página. Renomada empreendedora Bandesejo mudou a bolsa de estudos. A escola faz primeira aparição no ranking anual de universidade da TV Bandesejo. TV Bandesejo cobre a celebração de aniversário da nossa escola mais uma vez.
The school's annual Distinguished Student Register from 1982 to 1984?
Foi a época da Químico.
For 3 consecutive years, first place was always foolish.
Incidente do Arauto da Morte. Por hoje não vai ter nada. Nenhum resultado encontrado para sua pesquisa. A página de pesquisa joga o texto preto em branco bem na sua cara.
The IPC has severed all channels of intel with its iron grip. Hardly a surprise.
Imaginei. Químico.
Formal caution regarding a student's non-compliant hairstyle. Disciplinary action concerning a student's involvement in 3 food poisoning cases. Disciplinary notice for a student's involvement in a physical altercation.
Químico? Caraca. Simplesmente magnífico. Você observa com a respiração suspensa. Leva um bom tempo de sair do transe. Certo, isso não é exatamente a tarefa em questão. No final, todos entraram sobre a rima com um aviso de nomeação corpo docente de 15 anos atrás. Aquela nova assistente ruiva é a filha do reitor. A constituição dela é fraca, então ela não aguenta trabalho pesado. Lembre-se, não atribua a ela nada além de trabalho administrativo, assim de ter anotação no arquivo. Vamos parar por aqui por enquanto. Vou perguntar alguma coisa pra ela depois disso, hein?
I've looked through the catalog.
Não. Um cartaz apareceu abruptamente no lugar da luz da sala de arquivos. Você lembra de já ter visto essa tal de Emanador com orelhas que balançam como fogueiros que balançam levemente na brilha suave. E olhos semi-abertos como as águas outonais prontos para cair no sono, e aquele conto destinado. Você também se lembra delas te guiando pelas mãos até o pátio da Lua Fantasma, coração cerimonial dos famosos jogos da Lua Fantasma. Ela te chamou de protagonista, talvez ser a protagonista signifique que você possa visitar o pátio novamente. Faz sentido, né? Tentar entrar no pátio da Lua Fantasma. Você é uma convidada, o pátio serve pra você. Mas eu não achei que daria. Eu achei que, tipo, esse é alguma piadinha, tipo, não deu pra entrar, alguma coisa.
Saving progress. Next time, let's crank it up a notch.
Ela está aqui. Tá. Tá, eu não sei como faz. Aqui é a gráfia. Eu achei que ia clicar ali e apareceu uma piadinha, tipo, não foi possível, não sei o quê. Não achei que ia acontecer isso. March.
Open up! Detective March 7th is on the case, so spill the beans. How much do you know about what happened 15 years ago?
You've got the wrong guy, I swear. I'm just an innocent, cursed imaginee. I can't even move from this spot. I don't know anything. Ribbit. The dean ordered me to dig up whatever materials I could find for you all to read.
Beleza. Investigar. A etiqueta desse armário diz Anuário de Ex-Alunos. Em que ano a bandeira se formou? Você parece lembrar de ter obtido essa informação em algum lugar. Ela era caloura da Rímico. Então, a Rímico se formou em 84. Recordar mais profundamente. Mas um pouco de dedução é suficiente para compensar memórias perdidas. Atualmente é o ano 99 do calendário planarcadiano. O incidente do Arauto da Morte aconteceu há 15 anos atrás. 84. Eu lembro de tudo desde o começo. A formatura do meu desejo é... 82. Você contempla os rostos fortes e dentes na foto, parece surreal pensar que essas pessoas agora estão chegando à meia idade. Infelizmente, a bandeja não estava entre eles. Eu sabia que eu 84, eu só quero ver as outras opções. O Honor tem um design bem maluco, todo mundo na foto da formatura está fantasiado como se tivesse saqueado uma loja de fantasias, e algum gênio até trouxe suas criações ilegais imaginadas para a foto do grupo. A cultura da escola com certeza é bem liberal. Infelizmente, o desejo não estava entre eles. A primeira página é uma foto sombria da formatura, nenhum dos alunos na foto demonstrava qualquer sinal de sorriso. Eles estavam longe uns dos outros, como os dentes na boca de uma pessoa idosa. Separados por ausências que não poderiam ser preenchidas. No anuário dos formandos de Natura 84, você encontra a página da Bandesejo. Informações pessoais, nome Bandesejo, nascimento, endereço tal da rua tal, cidade de Felipe de Noronha, Plano Arcade, a zona estelar da internação. Contato, destino após a graduação, Instituto de Ciência Cognitiva, pela Jardim de Estudo Botânico. E os interesses, cor favorita branco, destino dos sonhos beira-mar, animal favorito alucinha, carreira ideal professora. Série de colegas da turma. O dia da formatura finalmente chegou, mas tantos... Se eu não tivesse ido embora mais cedo naquele dia, será que poderia ter feito algo por eles? Quando olho para as cadeiras vazias na nossa sala de aula, eu sinto tanta culpa por ser tão fraca. Meu desejo, você sentiu mesmo? Mas agora eu já aceitei. O passado ficou para trás, a gente tem que cuidar de nós mesmos. Ouvi dizer que o clima na Estrela Jardim de Estudo Botânico é bem diferente. Se cuida do desejos. Não tem, né? Eu queria ver se tinha alguma mensagem da Himeko, mas não tem. Conquistar o primeiro lugar na competição de imagênese do campus, ocupar o topo do ranking por vários semestres consecutivos. Você foi excepcional, bom desejo. Por isso que eu acredito no fundo do coração que você vai conseguir atravessar esse pesadelo e mostrar para toda a Planar Arcade com um sorriso que nunca seremos facilmente derrotados por uma única tragédia. Eu duvidei disso. O capítulo novo da vida está prestes a começar. Diante da lente da vida, por favor, continue sorrindo. Tara. Ao saber que em breve você deixará a Planar Arcade para se dedicar à ciência cognitiva, não pude evitar sentir uma ponta de pesar. É uma falha minha como professor. Não ter conseguido inspirar você a permanecer na imagênese. Mas como seu mestre, compreendo plenamente a sua escolha. Ter contribuído para formar uma pesquisadora como você para a Guilda dos Intelectuais enche-me de orgulho profundo. Profundo orgulho. Desejo-lhe, sinceramente, os horizontes mais vastos, mas desejo que você realize seus sonhos aqui a tristeza semeada no passado floresça. Flores de felicidade. Hermine. Mensagem dos pais deixado em branco. Ela perdeu os pais, né?
Garden Star of Botanical Study. Cognitive Science Research. Miss Dolly mentioned that Fullwish went beyond the sky to study after graduation. Turns out this is where she went. Let's go chat with the others.
Well, did you find anything?
Eu achei essas... Pergunta para a Himeko sobre as pistas que descobriu no catálogo de ex-alunos.
Garden Star of Botanical Study? It appears to be a greenhouse world located within the Consternation Star Zone.
É perto.
Oh, found it. Its property ownership is registered under a specific school within the Intelligentsia Guild. Strange. The name of the school is encrypted.
Ué.
I've heard conspiracy theories claiming the Herald of Death from 15 years ago was actually someone from the IPC. Given the great lengths the IPC went to in wiping away all traces after the incident, perhaps the rumors are true.
Bullwish was hurt by the Herald of Death. Yet after studying in an institution funded by the IPC, she became a suspect in the new Herald of Death incident.
Quer se esperar, tudo sempre acaba na CPI. Foi lá que a Bandeja botou a mão na tecnologia da abundância?
created the happiness surgery after studying on that greenhouse world?
Possível.
It's certainly possible, but the information is still too vague to make any judgments. I'm more inclined to think that after witnessing the power of the Herald of Death, she resolved to uncover the truth behind it. That's why she went to another world to study after graduation. But is the knowledge she gained in just a few short years enough to create the happiness surgery?
Não, acho que tem alguma coisa por trás com certeza.
If the power of the abundance used in the happiness surgery stems from the Herald of Death's lingering poison, would the IPC, who have tried to hide this in every way possible, really be unaware of her actions? There are too many things here that an ordinary scholar simply couldn't achieve. Perhaps I should contact her as a fellow alumna and have an open, honest talk.
Contact Full Wish as her senior? After all this time, would she even want to see you?
I don't know.
Como você conheceu ela? Você pode contar mais pra gente sobre como era a Amanda de antes?
Back then, I had taken a leave of absence from university due to health issues. So I was doing some idle work at my father's school to clear my mind. Full Wish would occasionally run to the library to slack off. She and Belle always appeared together, helping me organize newspaper clippings and library cards, all while chattering on about classmates' crushes and the latest gossip. They didn't treat me like a patient who needed special care, nor did they treat me like the dean's daughter. We often shared snacks brought from home and secretly dug out the school's collection of ancient books and paintings to admire them. Full Wish, she was the model student, always knowing a little more than everyone else. Her questions often went beyond the textbooks, pushing past the boundaries of what someone her age should know. When she looked through those illustrations of Imagine, her eyes would always sparkle. I could feel the passion in her eyes, and an unspeakable sense of loneliness. If she still remembers our old friendship, she will meet me. Full Wish is walking a dangerous path right now, and the deeper someone walks into the abyss, the more they crave the recognition and understanding of old friends. I want to ask her myself, why has the happiness she pursues become an illusion that can only be maintained by a taboo surgery?
Eu vou com você. Eu vou te proteger.
Me too.
Thank you, you two. And thank you for your investigation. Though many questions remain unanswered, at least I now have a clearer picture of her movements after graduation. By the way, before we leave the school, there's one more place I'd like to visit. Before I meet Full Wish, I want to say goodbye to that memory from 15 years ago.
Ela vai no cemitério?
You mean that old school building from 15 years ago?
Olha para a prédio da antiga escola e continue a investigação. Fala.
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't finish tidying up the ribbons, and now I've dragged you into staying this late.
Don't worry about it, Belle. It was my turn on duty today anyway.
A full wish, né? A bandeja.
Himeko? Is this?
Yes. In this imaginated classroom, the after images of the students from 15 years ago still linger in their original places.
Tomorrow is the school anniversary. I wonder how lively it will be. They've invited parents here. Will your parents be coming?
Olha, nesse momento... Ah, não, né?
Oh, Full Wish?
That's Full Wish from her youth.
Yeah, Dad already took time off. By now he's probably out on the streets with Mom, picking out formal wear. If it's my daughter's performance, we have to dress to the nines. That's just like him. He always loves making those kinds of jokes.
Then you'd better put on a good show, huh?
There won't be a show anymore, Belle.
Acho que é bem no dia, né? É isso.
Because unexpected guests have arrived. Everyone from the Astral Express and Himeko. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Peraí, todos não, né? Falta gente.
Did you enjoy yourselves at Star Rail Fest? Did you grant those smiling kids their wishes and bring joy to everyone?
Full Wish.
Himeko, you recognized me at just a glance.
Na hora que eu vi com o controle, ele fica resetando meu mouse no meio da tela. Deixa eu pelo menos isso aqui. Eu vou tirar o cursor, porque aí pelo menos fica aparecendo. O Ishi, o que tá fazendo aqui?
I am here to mourn that dusk from 15 years ago. Before making any major decisions, I always come here to sit in silence for a while. I thought Himeko was at school like the rest of us that day. When I saw Belle lying in a pool of blood, when I was crushed under the collapsed wall and unable to breathe, the thought crossed my mind. Poor Himeko. If you had met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours. But who would have guessed? You're alive, and living quite well. You became the navigator of the Astral Express, roaming freely beyond the sky, just like the three of us used to talk about in our chats. Your dream came true. Congratulations are in order. Himeko, do you know 15 years have passed? And my wounds have mostly healed?
Alguma coisa entre as duas, com certeza. Eu acho que a Himeko fazia bullying na Fui. Eu acho, tá? Pelo visto já... Pelo cara que tá dando isso, é isso.
Regrettably, there are some scars and emptiness that time can never heal. Look around. Even here, even with these phantoms, their seats are still empty. Belle, Leon, Xianya, Mia.
and so many others. 15 years have passed, and I've learned that time isn't a cure. It's a shroud, binding itself around me, layer upon layer. So I made a decision. I'm going to tear it open. I'm going to let everything bloody and unforgettable beneath it see the light of day again.
Como assim?
See the light of day? You were a victim of the Herald of Death, only to become the second Herald of Death yourself? You intend to use a power you can't possibly comprehend to win the Phantasmoon games. How are you any different from that monster back then? From the monster that took your parents' lives? I'm sorry. I shouldn't compare you to that devil. You still have a chance. Stop this now.
Ainda tem uma chance. Por que está destacado, hein? Uma chance.
Stop? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you're saying. I would advise everyone to think twice before making rash accusations.
Como eu imaginei, ela não vai admitir.
As a media professional, let me give you a piece of advice. From now on, when you're in front of a camera lens, watch your expressions and be cautious with your words and actions. At the very least, try not to look so flustered during this public exchange.
Vai fazer corte de novo.
We live in a world where we are constantly gazed upon and watched by others. This camera crew was originally prepared for my upcoming speech, but meeting you all here, it really adds a wonderful dramatic flair. To the audience watching from your screens, you know my name, and I know that right now, you are watching me. 15 years ago, with the tacit approval of the IPC and the Arcadia Council, the Master of Elation's divine ritual degenerated into a barbaric, bloody game.
Nossa, mano, todos os sorrisos assim nas microfones. Isso é muito.
You and I, the residents of this Arcadia, surrendered a lifetime of dignity, wealth, and time to them. All in exchange for a single full meal. We are surrounded by bizarre entertainment and stimulating gore. We soak all day in shallow, boring programs, achieving nothing. And now, we must live in fear of the unscrupulous atrocities of these supplicants from beyond the sky, forcing smiles as we applaud and cheer for them.
Ela vai apelar pra começar com xenofobia de quem não é de Arcadia?
Is this the happiness the god promised us? No! Absolutely not! The Master of Elation would never be deceived by miracles, but with pain and blood. What they desire to see are heartfelt smiles. And so, they granted me a revelation. Everyone, on that evening 15 years ago, what saved me was not luck. It was not the supplicants, and it was certainly not the IPC. Right here, as the Herald of Death approached, step by step, the one who sent down a miracle was the Master of Elation. They allowed me to escape with my life. And when I was trapped in a small room, consumed my loneliness. They sent me a mask.
Galarama suplicante nos jogos de 15 anos atrás.
They revealed my mission to me. To bring happiness back to a plain Arcadia that has lost its smile. I, Fullwish, survivor of the Bloodstained Games, hereby formally announce that I will join the Phantom Moon Games!
Não, pera, isso foi agora.
In this game, I shall win the Eon of Elation's authority. And then, I will make smiles of happiness bloom on the faces of every single person in plain Arcadia! Himiko, don't frown. Smile. I will bring happiness to you too, just as I will bring it to everyone. I won't manipulate the Phantom Moon Games like those high and mighty IPC executives. Nor will I treat the rewards granted by the God of Elation as bargaining chips for profit. We are in plain Arcadia, so we should decide the winner in a plain Arcadian way. I'll give you a stage if that's what you want. I invite you all to a televised debate at Fullwish TV in Seafeld City. The invitation extends to all supplicants.
A plain Arcadian way? That's just a way that benefits you. We're not going.
Nós vamos.
You can refuse, of course, but then, under the gaze of billions of viewers, you must accept your public image as frauds deceiving the world and cowards with guilty consciences. Remember, this isn't just an invitation. It is your only chance to defeat me in front of everyone. Since you believe you represent what is right.
Mano, o problema é que assim.
The stage is set. Come and perform this final act that will determine the future of the Arcadia with me. Or simply leave. The choice is yours.
Darn it! Are we just going to let Fullwish walk away?
We are right in the middle of the cameras she prepared. Remember to be cautious with your words and actions. Let's leave here and return to the Express.
Complicado, porque tipo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Arcadian Morning Report. We're continuing our exclusive coverage.
Meteram 6 ônibus, né? Mano. Mas é foda, tipo, porque. Assim, já deu uma entrevista e ela foi totalmente manipulada a favor da Full. O que me garante que, tipo, nesse debate que ela quer promover também não vai ser tudo manipulado de novo e, tipo, só pra beneficiar ela, sabe? É. Foda.
Just moments ago, we received some shocking news. The head of our station, Lady Fullwish, has officially announced that she will be entering the Phantom Moon Games as a supplicant.
At the same time, Lady Fullwish has announced a blockbuster special! The end of a century TV debate! She is inviting supplicants to the Fullwish TV studio to discuss and debate the topic, what kind of future will the Phantom Moon Games bring to this world?
What a magnificent topic! At a time when supplicants from beyond the sky are brazenly suppressing and insulting our local heroes, finally, a supplicant has appeared who truly cares about and represents the citizens of plain Arcadia.
Too true! Ever since these Phantom Moon Games began, signs of things spiraling out of control have been popping up everywhere! First, the famous streamer Sparksy tried to spread a mimetic virus. Then the nameless of the Astral Express clashed with the Daybreak Squadron, causing severe damage to Lookout Cloud and the Skyline Express line!
É óbvio, tipo, ela vai usar toda essa mídia que ela tem a favor dela.
With so many accidents happening, you really can't help but wonder, are we seeing a repeat of the Bloodstained Games from 15 years ago?
You got that right! Speaking of the Bloodstained Games 15 years ago, Miss Full Foolish herself as a survivor of that tragedy. She's come such a long way, never once letting her painful past keep her down. A true legend of resilience.
Uma verdadeira lenda de resistência.
Now Miss Foolish has joined the fray as a supplicant. She must be here to stop the tragedy from repeating itself and to reclaim the peaceful days this world deserves from the hands of supplicants from beyond the sky.
Will she be able to shoulder the wishes of all playing Arcadia and set this game right again after it's spiraled out of control? Let's wait and see.
Ugh, so shameless. Reporting news about your own station director on your own TV station, and you still have the gall to pretend you've received some shocking news? Don't you guys talk to each other internally?
I see. Full Wish actively issued a challenge. I ran a search. Seafeld City is a port town neighboring Duo-Mention City. Full Wish TV's predecessor, Seafeld TV, is located there. Looking at it this way, the televised debate is obviously nothing more than a diversion. What Full Wish wants most is for us to walk right into the trap she's prepared. So, what do you think?
Eu aceito o desafio dela, eu não vou deitar para ela não.
You're really going to the TV station to fight her?
I'll go, but not to debate. I'm going to tear off her mask of happiness in front of the entire audience. But before we act, I need more help.
Help? We can all help you. Wait, do you mean...
Os suplicantes. Parque-se.
Sunday!
Sunday.
Ever since Sunday was dragged into the Phantom Moon Games by Yao Guang, he hasn't returned for days. However, I haven't heard of him making any public appearances either. Asking him to cooperate as a wildcard right now is a good idea.
But what's the deal with finding Sparksy?
Whether Sparksy counts as our ally is a massive question mark. But right now, there is indeed something we need her help with. Full Wish said that when loneliness trapped her in that small room, the Master of Elation sent her a mask.
Será que ela matou ela mascarada? Eu tava pensando se talvez, tipo... talvez quem deu a máscara não foi a... Calma. 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 Ligou uma coisa com a outra, calma. E se quem deu a máscara pra ela não foi, tipo, a Maestra da Euforia, foi a... Evanescia? Justamente pra ela... Pra tipo, causar todo esse problema da abundância. Olha só. E aí, tipo, agora ela tá, tipo, favorecendo a abundância justamente porque tem que pagar o preço, né? Não sei, alguma coisa assim.
Correct. If every fool has stepped into the tavern before, then there must be traces hidden there left by Full Wish as a fool. Just like
how we tracked down the clues about SparksyCon.
Sparksy. Will she stand on our side?
Acho que sim.
Well, this is certainly a condition she wouldn't be able to turn down.
Olhando para o ponto de vista de Evanescia. Pouco tempo antes, no Parte da Lua Fantasma.
You just said, as for the brewing storm, whether the turmoil once again is the result of the Laughter's mischief. What exactly was that supposed to mean? You mean to say the Joy Seeker wants to destroy the very rules they laid down? The game they wove with their own hand?
Come over here. This fox mask is a ritual instrument I once used in dance and music. It accompanied me across vast distances in search of an elixir of immortality, a mark of who I was in life. I've lost count of how long it has been since I last wore it since being enlightened and transplanted here. But here it is, presented upon the altar again, which means...
Questão explicante.
As the game's referee, you've been pushed onto the field. In this moment, you are now a supplicant.
For over a century, I presided over a war game in which supplicants carved out their own territories and vied for supremacy, using the power of the masks. I've also hosted survival games where emanators took the stage to compete, invoking eonic powers to try and slaughter every last opponent in a single day. Whenever the Phantasmoon games are at risk of being suspended or disrupted, I will use the authority granted by the elation and the abundance to measure, judge, and punish any violators.
Pelos dois?
I guess you could call me the security protocol for the Phantasmoon games. But now, someone has gone and designated me as a supplicant. It's utterly unheard of. Who else but the Laughter could pull off something like this?
Perhaps.
Talvez.
Some entity harboring a deep-seated hatred for the Laughter.
Assado pra amado.
Who could it be? Entities like that. I couldn't count them all even if I used my toes. I warned that jerk ages ago. Take a joke too far, and you're bound to make enemies. See? Instant karma.
Never mind who he is, or what he's after. We're here, now. So what do you plan on doing? Fortune rests upon misfortune, and misfortune gives rise to fortune. Becoming a supplicant isn't necessarily a bad thing. Wouldn't that allow you to step openly into this chaos and drag the puppet master into the light?
You're looking to team up with me? Team up with someone from the abominations of abundance that you Xianzhou people despise?
That's hardly appropriate. You're an ancient sacred tree. It's the furthest thing from an abomination of abundance, no?
Oh, your standards are certainly flexible. The hunt and the abundance. We really make quite the interesting pair. So, where do you plan on starting?
How about we start by freeing my friend in the tree?
Libertando meu amigo na árvore.
I nearly forgot about that. Chip away, little bird. I'll allow it.
General Yao Guang and Miss Fox, I've received some news that might interest you.
A happiness surgery that wipes away suffering. The power of abundance in this world is disgustingly excessive. It seems the most terrifying omen I foresaw may not originate from the Stellaron hunters, nor from plain Arcadia itself. This supplicant, called Full Wish, is also a dangerous variable.
Então essa é a máscara dela. E... Nossa, mas assim, eu tô... Imaginar, tipo... E essa... esse formato. Tem a ver com abundância, com certeza.
I would ask that you direct your focus toward Seafeld City.
You want to take a trip to Seafeld City? It seems I'll have to use some special measures to shorten the journey.
Oh, this is the part I've been looking forward to the most. I've always been curious where exactly this secret court is located, and what it connects to.
Xianzhou lady, let me show you this world's most impressive method of travel.
Vai dar um TP?
Here we are.
Vai ver um metrô. Mas curioso, assim, como tipo, a Evanescence, que é uma agente da abundância, vai ficar contra a Fruition, né? Que também é.
Already? Wait. Why are we at this station?
Because naturally, we're taking the express to get where we're going.
All that buildup, and this is your idea of an impressive method of travel?
Well, what else? That's why I said you've definitely never seen this before. It's the Bulletworm Express. I bet you've never taken a ride on this.
You're the arbitrator of the Phantasmoon games. For crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way of getting around?
You're a great general of the Xianzhou, for crying out loud.
Nossa.
Don't you have a cooler way to get around?
Fine, fine. For the first time in my life, I finally know what it feels like to be a fool.
Ding dong! The train bound for Seafeld City is arriving at the station.
Hey, you got any money on you? Spot me a ticket, would ya?
That's the second time.
Ah, mas com certeza eu vou querer botar ela no chip. Calma. Venécia. Ela vai no lugar de quem? Nossa, tá muito pesada, peraí. Tá, provavelmente isso aqui não vai ser meu time final com ela, mas vai ser isso por enquanto. Eu quero tentar pegar ela depois. Eu falo depois, eu falo no banner dela, né? O banner dela é na segunda metade da 4.2, não é agora.
You haven't said a word the whole way, Xianzhou Diviner. Are you mesmerized by the scenery? Or is there something in your divinations weighing on your mind?
After casting divinations 1,000 times, one may learn to keep a still heart. Yet, each foreseen omen of doom still clouds the inner lake with gathering shadows. That is why, before divining, I usually wipe clean my mind's eye to clear away stray thoughts, lest the outcome be disturbed.
Take a word of advice from someone
slightly your senior.
Nossa.
Maybe it's nothing new to you. If we treat every approaching calamity like a final reckoning, wouldn't an infinite lifespan turn into prolonged suffering?
Enjoy the present. Indeed. Yet, worldly joys are fleeting as morning dew, while our duties are as immovable as heavy mountains.
Diviners often miss the fun right in front of them because they foresee tomorrow's suffering. But have you ever thought about this? That so-called suffering of tomorrow might just be the poisonous fruit sown by you being terrified today. It is precisely because we know the ending that every scene along the way is so precious and unique, isn't it? Look at this harbor before us. When I first set foot here, all these streets, the fishing boats, the people, none of them existed. As far as the eye could see, there was only fire.
Fogo.
The seas had been vaporized, leaving only fractured seabeds and ash that blotted out the sun. The demonic legions from beyond still hadn't departed, and the waves that would surge into Dovebrook had, in that moment, not yet arrived. Just on the mountain over there, a painter and I looked out at the iron-red scars on the earth. She told me, that which vanishes is bound to return. She swore to use her brush to preserve everything claimed by the destruction.
F.
It seems she succeeded.
And so, I too shall keep my promise to her, maintaining the course of the Phantasmoon Games until the sands of time slip away. With every descent into this game's cycles, I shall enjoy myself to the fullest. Like sipping tea, be it sweet or bitter, I shall savor the flavor of every instant. To do otherwise would be a disservice to the people and things that have passed.
To savor a fleeting moment against the backdrop of eternity. Naturally, the flavor is profound. A pity, though. Even as a long-life species, my time is brief compared to yours. As a Xianzhou native, the karma I carry is far too heavy. I could never learn how to be as carefree as you. Miss Evanescia, what to you is a game to be savored? Is a life and death reality for the living beings of plain Arcadia?
Alright then. Next up, I'm entering brooding in edgy serious mode.
That won't be necessary. I shall use the Eye of Ishvara to divine the fates of the people in Seafeld City. If they face imminent catastrophe, a red fate slip will be hanging above their heads.
Com certeza vai estar todo mundo com a fita vermelha.
The rainbow surveys the heavens, perceiving 1,000 forms. Across the meridians of destiny, the Jade Abacus reveals its script. The celestial eye opens and shuts as calamity and fortune reveal themselves. Calamity looms overhead. The crimson slip is cast.
Falei?
Mr. Sunday will share my insight with you through the spirit bird, Miss Evanescia. Please, bear witness.
Is that their fate hanging over their heads?
Precisely. Come on, let's take a closer look.
I get it now. You set up a surprise for me, didn't you?
Comprar bilhete aqui. Aqui para comprar ingresso para obter os humanos também, eles são as criaturas mais hilárias de todos. Eles vivem na euforia, mas preferem cantar para destruição. Talvez o mundo esteja cheio demais, nem todo mundo aprecie euforia. Eu não vou ficar fazendo coisa... Pô, a cidadezinha bonitinha, pô. Só que parece pequena, né? Ali já acabou.
Odd. Why do these people have wheel slips hanging over their heads?
A bom, eu pego, vem.
Could it be plot armor?
Astral Express! Boo! Get out of Seafeld City! Astral Express! Boo! Get out of Plain Arcadia!
Oh, good afternoon. Would you two lovely young ladies care to join us in protest for the bright future of Seafeld City?
Hey, Pops. You guys are grinning like it's a holiday festival, but your slogans sound so fierce. Doesn't that feel a bit weird?
We Seafeld folk pride ourselves on our manners. Even when expressing dissatisfaction, we do it with a smile. Now that's real happiness etiquette.
We won't let anyone ruin this serenity. Come on, ma'am. We have a flag with us. You'll feel better in no time.
Their emotions are so synchronized. It's like they rehearsed it. This kind of happiness feels like some compulsory routine.
É, abundância, né? Então...
Their smiles send shivers down my spine.
Mas não deveria ser a favor disso, porque querendo ou não, ela é da abundância, não é?
Hey, wasn't it your Director Fullwish who invited the Astral Express crew here to debate? Showing your guests away like this is hardly polite.
You! You're from the Astral Express, aren't you?
Hey, so do I really look that much like a nameless? It's not like I have a boarding pass stuck to my face.
You... What are you so happy about?
Just look at you, dyeing your hair like that at such a young age, instead of doing something decent with yourself. You're no better than that bunny on the Astral Express. Anyone could tell you're not from around here.
Hey, jerk! It's not dyed. And for the record, March Bunny is adorable. Wait, what happened to all those happy smiles on your faces before? How did you flip the switch so fast?
You people from beyond the sky. You just don't understand our happiness. If you keep causing trouble, don't blame us if we get nasty.
My apologies. My little sister is young and doesn't know better. We'll be on our way.
Who are you kidding? Sisters? You two aren't even the same species.
Nossa.
Cause any more trouble and I'll call a whole boatload of Plues to toss you both into the sea as fish food.
Que isso, gente? A sede da TV, fale com o Hoje, está apaixonado, olhe os arredores. Aqui. É. É aquele baú aqui. Deixa eu pegar isso aqui. O isso ajuda todos os viajantes, aqueles que não conseguem viver sem aventuras, e indica seu apreço. Principalmente aqueles que buscam solidão, aqueles que viajaram tão distante do mar que só tem companhia.
Could it be
Mas a cidade aqui definitivamente não parece uma cidade japonesa.
The sun is shining and the vibes are immaculate. This is Fullwush TV's Happiness on the Street, bringing you real smiles straight from the streets of Seafeld. You two look like visitors from afar. I take it you're also following Plain Arcadia's grand event, the Fantasy Moon Games?
Of course we're following it. It's not every day you see something this lively.
That's great. We've noted many echoing widespread concerns that the Astral Express's intervention is dragging our sacred Fantasy Moon Games into a quagmire of competition with outsiders. What are your thoughts on this?
Widespread concerns? Mr. Reporter, I suspect your question already comes neatly packaged with its own answer.
Nossa.
Judging motives is futile. What we want to be focusing on is the real-life consequences of our actions.
Oh, that's so deep! Many Seafelders feel that rather than any IPC vision of prosperity, it's the healing smiles, healing Arcadias proposed by Lady Fullwish that is the more grounded future we desperately need. What is your take on this?
If the happiness comes at the cost of stripping away the perception of all pain, then it calls into scrutiny just how authentic such a happiness really is.
Falou tudo.
Exactly. By that logic, eating candy until your teeth fall out counts as happiness too, right? I mean, hey, at least it tasted sweet.
Bela analogia, hein?
That's a very vivid analogy. Finally, a hypothetical question. If you had to choose, do you believe the preservation defined by outsiders or the happiness advocated by Miss Foolish better represents the future of Plain Arcadia?
The real future has never existed within such a narrow dichotomy. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you both for sharing. Have a wonderful day. All defensive answers, not a single morsel for us. This whole segment is wasted. Go find some citizens who can chuck us a few happiness testimonials to pad out the reel.
A wheel slip? This one's a lucky wheel too.
Isn't that a good thing?
Fala que o Hoje está apaixonado, vamos ver aqui.
Welcome! Come try our happiness soda. One sip, and you'll be as lucky as Director Fullwish all day long.
Why is it always Fullwish? Doesn't she work in media? What's that got to do with soda?
Oh, you're an outsider. You would know. Director Fullwish is Seafeld City's pride and joy. She grew up just a street over. She's a true daughter of Seafeld. Can you imagine, after that terrible disaster 15 years ago? That child lost her whole family. Just a little kid. Truly heartbreaking. But she did herself proud. She pulled herself through it all, relying on sheer grit and optimism.
Toda vez que será
Fullwish TV, back then it was still called Seafeld TV, even produced a special documentary about her called A Smile Against Adversity. I can't even tell you how many people were touched by it. And now, despite all her success, she hasn't forgotten to bring happiness to everyone. It's just amazing.
Do you really feel happy right now?
Of course! Just look at how happy I am. It's all thanks to the Research Society of Happy Smiles and Miss Fullwish. She not only supports the local economy, but she's brought with her a positive attitude toward life. We can all be just like her. Forget about all those painful memories from the past and just be happy every single day. Well, if you ask me, only someone who's come from suffering like her can truly want what's best for all of us. She's the one who could deal with all those outsider supplicants running amok and bring glory to our people. Come on, why don't you try some? It's on the house. You simply have to experience the unique taste of happiness that we have here in Seafeld. Guaranteed to make you forget all your troubles.
Eu não tomaria essa merda, mas nem f... né?
This foolish really is something else.
And this is also a wheel.
Olha os arredores.
Bid farewell to painful memories and embrace the eternal now. Let the smile of happiness become your only truth. Follow Master Fullwish's path, embrace rebirth, and you and I can both become the happiest people in this Arcadia.
How very strange. No matter how many times I perform the divination, the signs hovering above the passers-by in Seafeld City are all wheels, signifying peace. Is my Eye of Ishvar suffering interference from a supplicant's abilities here? But how is that possible?
I actually think your judgment is looking more and more likely. The pedestrians on the roadside, the fishermen at the port, the shopkeepers on the street, and the ones preaching happiness. From the moment I entered this port city, I felt it. Something stirring gently within them, resonating with the same essence I carry.
Abundancia.
This entity is far too faint. I can scarcely feel its strength. It was once shattered to nothing, crushed into powder, burned down to ash, nearly extinguished. But it has no concept of death, and so it simply went to sleep. It quietly lurks, waiting for the farmer to scatter it across the fields. Given time, it will inevitably wake up again.
I believe most people in this city must have undergone the happiness surgery. Just look at the spectacle the Smile Society is putting on over there.
At the courtyard, you once said, "Fortune rests upon misfortune."
A great calamity for some, but for others, perhaps a turning point leading to ultimate bliss. If there really is something that lets people survive apocalyptic disaster, then a wheel slip hanging above their heads would be only fitting.
Realmente, isso permite sobreviver. Será que isso permite?
However, those who survive will no longer be human.
By that time, there won't be any need for a general of the Xianzhou to petition an audience. The gaze of the hunt will be firmly locked on this place. Follow me.
What's your plan?
My plan? As the referee of the Phantom Moon Games, former referee, I mean, when faced with a supplicant who blatantly breaks the rules and dispenses blessings on a whim, the only thing I can do is issue an executive ruling.
Executiva?
This so-called ruling, does it involve summoning a bolt of lightning from the sky to just zap Foolish dead out of nowhere?
It's nothing so violent. For my judgment, I must first retrieve the sacred instrument. Only by using it to measure the supplicant's crimes can we sever her power. It's like a gardener pruning overgrown branches. I get it now. You set up a surprise for me, didn't you? We're almost there.
Attention visitors, please keep off the grass. We ask that you treat public facilities with care. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy your visit.
Could it be plot armor?
Acho que eu vou fazer o seguinte, vou fazer um intervalo, vou cortar aqui e já retorno. Bom, vamos retomar aqui.
Is this it? You keep this sacred instrument out here in broad daylight? Aren't you worried someone might make it disappear?
Hold your horses. We've still got a ways to go. As for my precious measuring instrument, do you really think I'd just leave it lying around in the middle of nowhere?
With all due respect, there is no path ahead.
Tem?
I get it. It's probably just an optical illusion. Extraordinary beings like you always love pulling that. The path only opens to the destined trick. What's next? A secret passphrase? Do I find a stone matrix and jump through it? Or maybe... do you sing a little song, wave your hand, and the trees just obediently stand up and split into two neat rows?
I'm no woof woof Dawn. I don't have that kind of skill. A long time ago, I raised a floating island right here for someone to paint. To prevent others from wandering in by mistake, I asked that artist to paint thick fog and woodland here, so passersby wouldn't stray inside. We made a deal. As long as I play my song, the fog will disperse.
Minha música, melodia bizarra. Provavelmente eu não vou passar, né? Vamos lá. Dois tipos especiais de poeirinhas e gravamento Mon se aproximar da mesa, das ofensivas. Além disso, quando avistarem uma City Bot, a gente dá nossa atenção. Ah, não entendi, mas eu...
That's a cute puppy. Looks like it's taken a liking to you.
Ah.
I'll just borrow this cutie's head for a sec.
Só tem coisa, né? Para fonte de mensagem, mas qualquer fonte de todos os autores memes pode ser marcada com não sei o que. Por cima não dá. Ok.
Here we are.
A melodia bizarra toque. Apesar que isso tivesse um charme tão infantil. Bem que a partitura era... Acho.
Let's go.
Anda pra cá, então. O flutuante recupera a lâmina e régua. Opa, salve.
What do you think? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Compared to the Utrecht scenery, I suppose it's more natural.
Parece mais uma árvore de ambrósia, né?
Yes.
What are you laughing at?
My apologies. I didn't mean to mock. I was merely curious. Is this thing really the sacred instrument with which you pass judgment upon supplicants? Is it really just a literal ruler?
Yeah.
Hey, don't underestimate the spirit branch of true law. When it first appeared in the form of a blade 150 years ago, it could cleave a mountain in half with a single effortless swing.
Miss Emanador, let's keep such fanciful tales between us, shall we?
Eu não acredito.
Best not go spreading them around. If any of the Cosmicon Collective players find out, we'll never hear the end of their complaints about how mountain-busting power levels are for noobs.
I never expected a high-ranking Xianzhou general to be so well-versed in the gossip here on Plain Arcadia.
Such is the way of a diviner. To enter a place is to observe its local custom.
Same goes for us arbiters. Times change, and my babies have to change with them. Just picture it. A pretty girl in a school uniform, striding through the streets with a giant sword slung over her shoulder. You're right.
I see you are a law-abiding citizen, Miss Abundancia. Cute. Now then, please, begin your measuring.
Medir o quê?
Weigh and sever this world, and engrave the laws of the cosmos. Spirit branch of true law. By the scale that adjudicates reality and illusion, truth and falsehood. Measure for me all sins beneath the Phantom moon that transgress the law.
Eu já fui, Shiri.
What is going on? It's telling me Full Wish is not a supplicant.
Aí, sabia.
If she's not a supplicant, then there's no way to judge whether she's transgressed or not.
What do you mean? If Full Wish isn't a supplicant, why would she openly declare that she's joining the Phantom Moon Games? And that mask, back of the altar, shaped like an 8-legged creature. Just who does it belong to?
Behind that mask, countless supplicants are wearing it. They're spread across all Sifu. No, all of Duo mentioned City too.
Todos os
supplicants. They're everywhere. Not in the history of the Phantom Moon Games have I ever seen a situation like this.
General, someone is approaching your position. It's Dan Heng, and...
Lady?
Dan Heng, you've returned. And the one beside you. Blade. Or perhaps I should call you by your true name. One of the Xianzhou's most wanted criminals, Yingxing. You've delivered yourself into my hands. Good.
General of the Yuchue, your vision remains confined within the laws of the Xianzhou. I came here to kill our common enemy.
Hoje?
Our common enemy? You are the Xianzhou's enemy. Ever since you became a Stellaron hunter, you have slain countless emissaries of judgment sent by the Shuling Palace of Law to capture you. You even incited the artisans of the Juming to reforge your blade, entangling them in your crimes. But your most unforgivable crime is daring to break into the Ten Lords Commission restricted area on the Xianzhou Yuchue with your accomplices. You destroyed the Ashen Steelwood, disturbed the slumber of our valiant heroes, and stole the secrets of the dead. What kind of vision drove you to commit the countless crimes of your past? And what common enemy could possibly stand between you and me? By all means, enlighten me.
Okay.
Oh? Well, I was in seclusion all these years. Clearly been up to quite a lot. If I'd known you were such a magnet for trouble back when you came to the Juming, begging for a sword, I would have dragged you out of the forge and drafted you into my crew myself. Tied up, if necessary.
And this would be?
A pleasure to meet you, General Yao Guang. It's truly touching that my friends on the Xianzhou have kept me in their thoughts for all these years. I never change my name, no matter where I roam. I am La Mancha.
Obviously using a fake name.
The head of the Galaxy Rangers. I didn't expect this trip to come with such a pleasant surprise.
General, I'm afraid old grudges will have to wait. What we need to discuss concerns the survival of this world, and that catastrophic calamity you foresaw in your divination.
I won't deny the crimes you've listed. But I know full well that the Xianzhou cares nothing for the life or death of someone guilty like me. What you truly want is to exact a blood debt from the nemesis who has repeatedly awakened demonic stars, summoned abominations, and could not be slain even after 100 deaths. You wish to subdue the Emanator of the Abundance, Shuhu, once again, and even deny them rebirth for all eternity. And now, General, I have brought this opportunity before you. If you are dead set on condemning me to answer for my crimes, I will submit to your judgment and board the Navis Astridura for the Shuling's Inquisition. But as I said, I did not come here today to play the savior. I came to stop the past from repeating itself, and to prevent our common enemy from having their way. General, if you do not want the fate of the Battle of the Fenghu from 30 years ago to fall at your feet, then you must believe what I am about to say. The happiness surgery, promoted by the Smile Society, utilizes none other than Shuhu's cells. Cells acquired from an unknown source.
Eu acho que Shuhu é o suplicante. Porque, tipo, se todo mundo é o suplicante, então e todo mundo tem as células de Shuhu, eu acho que Shuhu é o suplicante.
You mean everyone who underwent the surgery
have all become supplicants. Once the wish power converges, the will of the flesh will awaken and turn every host into nourishment.
The one wearing the 8-legged mask is not a single person. It is an Emanator of the Abundance, dismembered and currently parasitizing the bodies of the masses here. Who on earth could have brought something so terrifying to plain Arcadia?
Caramba! Interessante, hein? Interessante. Vamos lá, Sparks agora. Na taverna conversando e se divertindo. Ao mesmo tempo, na taverna.
Oh, what innocence! We all saw it with our own eyes. You got your supplicant's mask stolen, and were strung up for a beating.
Yeah, you even went out of your way to set up a live stream for yourself. Afraid the whole universe would miss your heroic bearing, huh? A live-streamed public punishment!
What do you mean, stolen? Can a supplicant's affairs really be considered stealing? That's called tactical emotional engagement. A tactic and an art. Don't you get it? Yoo-hoo! If it isn't the Astral Express's famous Lil Raccoon. Did you miss my pranks?
Did you get the invitation for the supplicant debate at Foolish TV?
My, oh my, talk about bad timing. My stream got banned, and the leader of the haters confiscated my supplicant mask. As for the debate, I'm afraid the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But, seeing as you called, you clearly still have a shred of conscience left in you. Are you planning to give me a chance to haggle?
Answer me this question first. Is Foolish really a masked fool?
The tavern doesn't exactly register every fool's name and address.
No?
But having watched her stream, I believe she is. As for why, call it a kindred intuition. And just listen to her slogan. Healing smiles. Healing Arcadius. That level of crazy? She's a certified fool. Most masked fools make a huge racket when they approach you. That, hey, look, I'm about to stir up some trouble vibe is impossible to hide. But Foolish is clearly the exception. Her brand of crazy is calm and sophisticated. Look at that haute couture getup she's wearing. It's worth 10 times a normal person's salary. Who'd have guessed a career woman with state levels of wealth who was always preaching social welfare would be a masked fool? Simply the most exquisite disguise.
I'd like to ask you to look into her background for me.
Now that's going too far. You actually want me to betray another masked fool?
Sim.
Give me the intel on Foolish, and I'll return the mask to you.
Betrayal itself. That's the greatest reward of all. Deal. Leave it to me. I'll contact you as soon as I get the intel. Foolish. Is there really someone like that among the masked fools? How come I'd never heard of her? Maybe we should ask Giovanni about her. He's got connections everywhere after all.
Para esse vereador. Ontem, depois eles participam ao local de Giovanni. Aqui, Sparks. Pode ser adicionado, mas não precisa, eu já tô com ela aqui.
Woohoo! Mr. Giovanni! Long time no see.
Miss Sparksy? You just looted Sparkle's entire inventory right from under my nose. How can you say long time no see? Please spare me. Just give me a straight answer. Whose collection are you planning to steal this time?
Sparkle and I just had the reconciliation of the century. Let bygones be bygones. I'm actually here to ask for some serious advice. I swear, my hands are squeaky clean.
Oh, do tell. Anything that can make you this serious must be fascinating.
I went to ask about someone. Foolish, the media tycoon who went on TV and invited all the supplicants. Is she really one of us? How come I've never seen her in the tavern?
I know of her, but I've never actually seen her in the tavern. If Foolish really is a fool, with all the people coming and going, surely she would have been mentioned. As for the storage area logbook, No, there's absolutely no record of her. Either she never stored anything here, or she used a fake name.
We're doomed. Even the well-connected Mr. Giovanni knows nothing about this lady.
Nice try. But goading won't work on me. I do have a theory, though. Hear me out. Every fool sets foot in the tavern at least once in their life. If Foolwish really is a fool, then the moment she entered the tavern must have been in the wake of some unforgettable tragedy.
Faz sentido. E a tragédia acho que todo mundo já sabe, né? Tipo, foi o Arauto da Morte.
You mean the blood-stained games from 15 years ago? That's a tragedy which would leave a deep wound on a young girl's mind and soul. I get it. Maybe we should head to the hospital and dig up the girl's medical records.
Olha, eu tenho quase certeza que isso não é meio legal, mas vamos, né?
Attention, Professor Skaven from the Department of Psychiatry. Please proceed to consultation room.
O que você está tentando descobrir? O segredo de alguém é uma história vergonhosa. Mas o que restou aqui são os testes de alegria de Arcadia. Quanto paciente, plano Arcadia. Diagnóstico: tristeza, lágrimas, medo e miséria. Quando a ciência é enfiada dentro do armário, nela está escrito: para um paciente, o traço definitivo é a doença. Sem ela, não seria um paciente. Para o plano arcadiano, o traço definitivo é a felicidade.
Foolish.
Isso, médico. Bandesejo. Bandesejo, gênero feminino, terra natal, plano Arcadia. Espécie humanoide, categoria subespécie arratopiana. Departamento de neurologia craniana. Queixa principal: pode experimentar um trauma psicológico significativo. O paciente desenvolveu um distúrbio conhecido no centro da linguagem. Sintomas específicos incluem uma incapacidade de ter feedback negativo recebido pela própria paciente. Uma incapacidade de expressar ativamente a dor percebida por si mesma. Enquanto isso, a paciente tem sintomas alucinatórios, descritos como habilidade de sentir desejos internos dos outros. Histórico médico: a paciente está em boa saúde, tem histórico médico relevante, história familiar de doenças hereditárias. O paciente sofreu anteriormente de transtorno de estresse pós-traumático. Relatório de exames: eletroencefalograma, imagem estrutural do lobo cerebral e análise de modelagem indicam ausência de corpos estranhos ou danos visíveis ao cérebro do paciente. Crescimento de tecido não patológico leve detectado no local do implante do sinal de sinestesia. A causa parece desconhecida. Após uma detecção localizada no imaginouro, aprovado pelo Departamento de Defesa contra Aberrações, imagens detectáveis de baixa frequência apareceram no córtex cingulado anterior, mas ainda não afetaram significativamente os nervos cranianos. A correlação com o paciente permanece não verificada e a possibilidade de perturbação logicamente não pode ser descartada. Testes confirmam que a paciente pode descrever com precisão os desejos de outras pessoas. Simultaneamente, à medida que o paciente verbaliza essas descrições, o sujeito afetado pela empatia experimenta alucinações intensas e perde toda a racionalidade. O mecanismo por trás disso permanece incerto, embora pareça se enquadrar em fenômenos hipnóticos ou telepáticos. Por enquanto, nós vamos designar a condição incomum da paciente como ataques da felicidade. Prescrição: operação prolongada de interferência de aberração tipo 2, para 2 comprimidos diariamente, pela manhã, menos após as refeições. A dosagem será ajustada com base na progressão da doença e nas avaliações extras. Tratamento: consultar-se na clínica em caso de mal-estar.
Happiness syntax. Now what kind of disease is this?
Porém, olha que doença.
Trying to read this stuff is just torture. I'd better find a doctor. Hello? Hello? Is there a doctor in the house? Calling all doctors!
Well, if it isn't patient zero of the Sparksy Con. To think the Department of Aberration Defense still hasn't locked you up. Heaven truly is blind. Because of you, I was planning to skip town and leave Plain Arcadia overnight. I even booked the tickets. It's a good thing she was here. So, what's the emergency this time? What ailment are you going to pretend to have?
Médico do SUS básico atendendo uma pessoa que vai. Só querendo atestado pra fugir do trabalho.
Not me this time. It concerns an old case. The patient in these records. Ring a bell?
Wait, you didn't actually buy that I'm a doctor, did you? Forget it. This patient you're asking about? I remember them.
So, what kind of fool is Foolish?
Looking back through the history of this hospital, there are countless characters who've turned this place upside down. But to tear the ceiling off on her very first visit? She's truly one of a kind.
Arrancar o teto?
What exactly did she do?
Hard to imagine she was still just a 16-year-old back then. And yet, she wanted to smash the fool's mask she'd just received into smithereens.
Confirmação, ela é uma tola mascarada.
Can a fool's mask be destroyed?
Of course not. Though you'd know a thing or two about abusing masks, wouldn't you?
Don't be ridiculous. I'd never be stupid enough to try and destroy my own masks. I just had to be heartless enough to abandon them.
The mask is part of the fool's self. Unless the fool is reduced to ash, how could anything happen to it? There were even some fools nearby rubbernecking who decided to help out. But despite all their efforts, they only managed to make a single crack. And the power that erupted when the mask shattered also left a crack in the hospital wall. Ugh, I spent several days peeling those bungling fools off the walls, and half a month more repainting and restoring the place. Room rewind.
Whoa, is this the crack? Dr. Zhongshan,
Caraca.
what's inside?
Hard to say. Fools have tried walking in before, and well, they all went mad.
They went mad?
Yeah. Muttering to themselves, deliriously happy. No one knows what they saw, and I don't want to know. So I sealed the entrance. If you want to go in and take a peek. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Tá bom, vamos lá.
Dangerous? What could possibly be more dangerous than little old adorable Sparks?
Oh no.
Listen up, my dear Sparks heads. Sparksicle is about to take you on an exclusive expedition through this mysterious fissure. Smash that subscribe button so you don't get lost.
Oh no.
Let's roll!
Só entra na fissura.
Mom! Dad! Everyone's gone! Why? Why am I still alive?
Are you foolish?
Who's out there?
Foolish, there's a delivery for you.
This is... Who's this from? I didn't buy anything.
É a máscara?
Is this a mask? There's a piece of paper inside, too. What does it say? To the survivor. Welcome to the world's end. Oh, right, the way you cried on TV. Was truly hilarious. Who are you? Why? Why are you doing this to me? What did I do wrong? Answer me! Answer me! I don't get it. All of this. Just what is so funny about all of this?
What the heck? That's the day she received an invitation to the tavern. I really don't know which utter degenerate from the tavern sent her such a cruel joke. Even someone as stone-hearted as me can barely stand to watch.
Nossa. Sei lá, eu acho meio sacanagem, tipo...
Wait, these hallucinations. Exactly what part of them is supposed to be happy?
Ah, aqui ela parece um pouco mais velha já. Mas com a Full
How did you get in?
Tá.
Never mind. That's not important. Welcome. Don't be afraid. Relax. You're that streamer who caused a scene at Graphia Academy, right?
Ah, então é recente.
Oh, even a media mogul like you recognizes me?
The first battle between supplicants made your name known to all. I can hear the desire in your heart, Miss Foxy.
You can hear my desire?
Peraí, só fazer uma pausa rapidinho. Bora lá. Você consegue ouvir, meu Deus?
You charged in here seeking answers, didn't you? To mercilessly tear the mask off another masked fool. See what card she's holding. You'll get your wish. Just like you, I obtained my own mask through a twist of fate. But unlike most of you, I don't even want to touch it. So, I'm not like you, with all your miraculous powers. I possess only one trivial little talent. I can hear the happiness you desire most, deep within your hearts.
Happiness. My days are filled with happiness. But what about you? Are you all right? I saw what you've been through. You have my sympathy.
Sympathy, yes. Dr. Zhongshan called it the happiness syntax. She mistook it for some kind of disease. But I say no. This is the blessing of the elation. Precisely because my past was so agonizing. The Divine allowed me to hear the happiness deep in everyone's hearts as a form of consolation. I can smell the pulsating desire within your heart, like sweet honey dripping from a comb. It travels along your nerves, dissolving into a syrupy, sticky sweetness.
No surprise there. After all, I'm just a sweet girl whose secret content is totally off the charts.
Oh, mano. Minha doce, doce, doce vida é um mel. Vida é mel, eu sou o pedaço do céu.
But Miss Connoisseur, merely savoring the scent isn't enough. Are you planning to taste it for yourself?
As you wish. Let us start tasting from the first bite. Recognition. Deep within your heart, you desire everyone's gaze to be filled with adoration. The secret you use to seduce the audience is the very same thing you crave yourself, isn't it?
Correct.
Next comes victory. The first supplicant battle was merely a minor setback. Without a doubt, once the mask is back in your hands, you will conquer the entire Phantasm Moon games with ease.
That's it! That's exactly how it should be!
Elas na cabeça da Spark, você não tá?
The laughter will appear in person to crown you for eternity. They will weep and beg you to become the brand new Eon of Elation.
Pior que eu acho que a Sparkle seria uma boa Eon da Euforia.
And the end of all this is eternal fulfillment.
It's
so quiet.
All that revelry is nothing but hollow noise, meant to fill the void before reaching this ultimate fulfillment. Come here, newborn god. Behold this world that belongs to you. It lies at your feet, submissive, humble, within your grasp. Jump down.
Não pula. Não pula.
Throw yourself at it. Embrace it. This paradise will become one with you, leaving no distinction between you.
Não pula.
Interesting. Oh, you're quite the illusionist, making this dream feel so real.
To think you could resist this perfect desire. What a contradictory girl. You make me feel both pity and curiosity.
Perfect! You've got it wrong. No matter how beautiful your illusion is, it can't change its essence. Once happiness is within easy reach, it becomes as bland as a cup of plain water.
Olha, água é gostoso, tá?
In our line of work, who hasn't tasted the true zest of life only after long torture? Satisfaction. Listen to me, you phony fool who can't even face your own mask. What we masked fools do best is distill pain into the strongest wine and spin despair into the maddest joke. Thanks for the sugar water. It tastes pretty bland.
Nossa!
Since you refuse the sweet happiness I've offered, I have no choice but to insist you drink the bitter wine of punishment.
How about this, Miss Connoisseur? Why don't you have a taste of my spirits? Welcome to the live stream! Lane Arcadia, Happiness Syntax, Honkai Chapter.
Honkai? Nome do jogo mencionado?
Oh, too bad. 0 viewers.
Ah, estou fazendo live, olha só. Ele... deixa eu mudar aqui. Eu vou jogar essa parte no teclado e mouse porque é o que eu tô acostumado. Senão vai levar muito tempo pra acostumar com todos os comandos. Calma. Ó. E...
Who's the real boss? Unlimited firepower.
Porque eu não tenho o cone dela ainda, então não vai dar muito dano.
Don't thank me.
Não nem voltar, porque...
Not exactly tough, just overwhelming in sheer volume. Honestly, it's enough to exhaust even a fool. Suffering all this just for a mask? Definitely not a good trade. Why did you break my toy?
Quebrou meu brinquedo.
Oh, not even pretending anymore, huh? I should have known. Full Wish was only ever a puppet placed in the spotlight. So tell me, puppeteer in the shadows, what are you supposed to be? I know this one.
Conhece?
Hoje is the name of the robot on the express. I'm begging you. Leaving another version of yourself to suffer while you hide on the sidelines having a laugh. That's just low. Look at you. Nice going. We've really poked a massive hornet's nest this time. Let's fight our way out together.
Psicopata arcadiano. Enquanto isso, uma reunião de emergência está ocorrendo no Expresso.
And that's the situation. Blade's getting restless because of Shuhu's flesh. I need to stay here and keep him from losing complete control.
Stay safe. Don't worry about us.
Turns out the happiness promised by the Smile Society is actually the flesh and blood of an emanator of the abundance. Seems like Full Wish's conspiracy goes far beyond just resurrecting the Herald of Death.
Sandinha, qual a situação do seu lado? E a General Yao Wang?
Mr. Ashvale and I have arrived at the TV tower. They're still setting up the debate venue here, and nothing looks out of the ordinary.
You know each other?
It's a long story. I'll have to explain later. With the help of tuning, I will conceal my identity as a supplicant and cooperate fully with you.
E a General Yao Wang?
She wants to find a way to cure the patients.
That's weird. She's caused such a huge mess, yet she's still inviting people to this debate? Isn't she afraid of getting exposed in front of everyone?
If the public catches wind of this, panic is inevitable. She knows we wouldn't dare risk exposing her in such a situation.
Allow me to add, the IPC has confirmed the scale of the Smile Society. More than 200,000 citizens have undergone the happiness surgery. To extrapolate, the advantage these supporters provide Full Wish is negligible. The probability of your victory is 71%.
Ou seja, tem 29% de chance de perder. Eu não esperava que fosse tão alta.
Full Wish is challenging all the supplicants, so her odds of winning were never high to begin with. She must have prepared a defensive position. We need to stay on guard at every instant.
O que a CPI está planejando?
I will publicly decline the invitation and prioritize the abundance anomaly. Logic. Plain Arcadia needs a CEO right now, more than it needs a supplicant. If the situation spirals out of control, I will immediately terminate the Phantasm Moon Games.
Mas tem poder pra isso? Poder suficiente pra encerrar?
But until then, the PR department will do its utmost to support you and defuse Full Wish's PR offensive.
That should be enough. Thank you.
Danger lurks everywhere right now. I don't think it's wise for all of us to rush to Seafeld City. March and I will stay in Duo Mansion City, just in case something goes wrong.
Oh, right. We gotta watch the Express. It'd be a disaster if someone tried to steal our home. Besides, debates aren't really my thing.
O bom é botar todo mundo pra correr se tentasse invadir. Mas o povo adora ver um palhaço nessas coisas.
Who are you calling a comedian? This girl's got beauty and brawn too.
Then let's head out. We'll be in touch.
Beleza. É o seguinte, tá? A gente tá numa. Eu vi assim, a história tem mais ou menos 3 horas, a gente tá em 3 horas e meia, já acho que é um bom ponto pra gente parar. Então, eu vou encerrar esse vídeo por aqui e a gente continua no próximo vídeo com a última parte dessa missão. Então, é isso, gente. Obrigado até agora. Espero que tenham gostado. Deixem um like, se inscrevam no canal. É isso, valeu. Até a próxima. Tchau, tchau.